Hi, everybody. Heath Criswell here with the Prospect Times. Jeff Hewitt joins me. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How you doing on this Friday the 13th?
I'm doing pretty good. Now, I will say, this may not be released on Friday the 13th, but uh, but hopefully shortly after that. This is episode 8.
Hey, yep.
It's already like 2 months. So definitely appreciate everybody tuning in and listening. As
All
always,
381 of y'all.
381 as of today. So
Hmm.
yes, very very good. Um, be sure to give us a thumbs up, leave a comment of some sort. Whether you think we're handsome, or
Oh
not, or
God,
or
don't do
agree
that.
or agree with
They,
our
we done
opinions.
lost our 380 or 80 of them.
Everybody's gonna unsubscribe. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's all right. I mean,
Well,
hey,
it was fun what we had, y'all.
fun,
Okay.
fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
So yeah, people may unfollow us after they hear, our trade proposals for,
Yeah.
for
They may. Hey, you never know. Be giving this thumbs up. You
well,
never know.
that's possible. Yeah, very very possible. You never know. I think people are kind of 50-50 on this Bryan Reynolds trade, of whether it should or shouldn't happen. Anyways, so what we're going to get into obviously is the Bryan Reynolds trade, and then there's a couple other things that happened today.
Since
Well,
the last, what?
yesterday, or the last couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah.
So um, Jeff Andrews, the Rough Riders pitching coach,
14,
who,
last 10 years.
yeah, just left at the end of the season. Rangers parted ways with him. Not really positive why. I mean, I have some assumptions, but he is now with the San Antonio Missions. Um, he's their double A pitching coach. So the Rough Riders will still see Jeff Andrews, but he'll just be on the visiting end.
I wonder if he'll
Unless
accidentally walk into the home dugout like I've been doing it for
uh,
10 years and walk right in the wrong.
yeah,
Like, oops.
well, I, I'll be there. I'll let you know if that happens. uh, so there's that. I thought it was interesting. I was pretty sure he was going to get another job. Yeah, he's pretty well respected from my understanding of things. So
Well, the AJ Pellier, I mean, he's the general manager of San Diego, so he knows a lot about him.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean,
so
there's definitely
that
a
was a good,
connection there. Yeah,
that was a good, that's a good pickup.
yeah, absolutely. And then so the Rangers um today, I think it was that
Yep.
announced that they had come to agreements with some ARB eligible players. Excuse that
Hmm.
tongue twister there. And then, of course, it was announced too with
Brett
Brett
Martin.
Martin, yeah, that he was going to have, his rehab, I guess, wasn't going well or something messed up during the rehab, and he's going to have some sort of shoulder surgery or something. And
Well, they were hoping that his rehab, he can just work it out and just over without doing the surgery, which is, everybody's number one thing. Let's see if we can work it out before we get surgery.
right,
And it didn't work out right. So now he's out until all this year. So there goes the left-handed
yeah,
pitcher.
that it does kind of hurt the bullpen a little there. So and kind of made me wonder too. And of course, it was already on Twitter as well. Does that put more of an emphasis, on the Rangers, maybe bringing back Matt Moore to replace him, until he gets back. So I think as of right now, the Rangers only had three left-handed relief pitchers, in the bullpen. So one down only leaves
Well,
two.
for
So
what I've seen on Twitter, is he overpricing himself? Is that the issue? I wonder if he's overpriced. Because to me, I would think he want to come back, but is he overpricing what the Rangers want to give him?
Yeah, I would think that
I
he
think that's what.
would for sure want to come back.
Yeah,
I wouldn't see why not. He had one of the best, well, at least in recent years. He's had one of his better years last season. So I would think he would want to come back. But yeah, it's coming down to the money, and that's kind
yeah,
of the
I think so.
impression I got from uh, a couple of press conferences with Chris Young. That just to me it left the impression that it's just getting a little too expensive for what the Rangers want to do um, with the bullpen. I think too that they might feel comfortable with some of the guys that they have internally that are not necessarily in the majors right now. Now they're not. At least one that comes to mind isn't a left-hander, but Chase Lee, to me, I think could be someone maybe that breaks camp with the team. Um,
Well, isn't
but
Tater Hearns
likely he would
lefty?
start.
Isn't Tater
Yeah.
Hearns a lefty?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's
And he's going to be coming out of the pen. Yeah. So you would
because there's
think.
no room for
So
there's
yeah,
no room for him starting.
at least to start with. Yeah. So there's that. I don't have the ARB numbers in front of me. I should, but I don't. Do you by any chance have those in front of you,
I
Jeff?
did, but when you just told me that, let's go ahead and now I'll look it up. You just go ahead and continue, and I'll join in as soon as I find it again.
Well, I think I can get them real quick here.
I
All
thought
right.
I saw him.
So just
Come on,
to
Evan, where you at?
okay. So here's a couple. Let's see. Hearn, 1.462 million. Jonathan Hernandez, 995,000. Nathaniel Lowe, 4.05 million.
That's a good that's a good deal. That's I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
1 year
absolutely. Yeah,
for a silver slugger. That's a good one.
absolutely. And then Brett Martin, even though it was announced that he's having his surgery, he's getting
1.2.
1.275.
Mm.
So there you go. So those are the numbers. I should have had those readily available.
But I wonder if they and Nathaniel, sorry, mom, sorry, was asking for
She's going to be
five.
tuning in
Oh
listening to
yeah,
this.
she's probably one of the 381 subscribers. I wonder if he was asking for five, and because it's not. I mean, 4 and 5, 4.1 is not halfway. But I wonder if he was asking for five, and then Rangers said, "We'll just give you 4.1," and he said, "Okay, I'll take it right there." Or was he asking for?
Yeah, I mean, you have to figure there's probably some, give and take
Yeah,
from
a little bit
both
of wiggle room
sides. Yeah, a
somewhere.
little bit,
Yeah,
yeah, a little bit of give on both, I would think.
but no, that's a very good. That's good value with him.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. All right, so I guess really
Well, don't forget Mitch Garver, our next Lee Stevens, is going to be going to arbitration if they can't settle within the next few days. Mitch
yeah, I was
Garver is
gonna
going
say I did see that too. Yeah.
to
Won't
the only
that'll
person
be
that's
the
going to go to
first time
arbitration
in
since Lee Stevens.
yeah, that's crazy. I don't think any other team can really say that. That's
I don't think anybody can say that. That's John Daniels. I mean, well, he's not here now, but that's John Daniels during that whole
it
time thing.
it it was absolutely. Yep. So Jeff, I mean, is there anything else that we were going to be talking about tonight?
Well, it's 10 o'clock. The lottery numbers are coming out, so maybe somebody Friday the 13th gonna be real lucky.
Man, I don't play the lottery at all. Was that tonight?
That's tonight.
Well,
Or
there
was
you
it,
go.
yeah, it's tonight.
Okay.
Because they were making fun of it. No, Friday the 13th, somebody's gonna be rich. So
You know what?
we'll see.
I should have went and got some cash and got me at least one ticket. I should have done it. Well,
And the
if
thing
there's not a winner, maybe I'll do it, you know. So,
sounds
but
good to me.
so other than the lottery, was there anything else?
Nah, just all these wild trade offers that people are asking. That how about this? How about all these players? 16 players for Ryan with Reynolds. Like really, people? I like
Yeah,
we
like
were talking the other day that is Ryan Reynolds is come on, Jeff. They said what is it? That's not the movie star Ryan Reynolds,
yeah, I
is it?
think it Ryan Reynolds, didn't he? Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah, he's a
sure.
movie
But
star.
no, Brian Reynolds
Brian
is who.
Williams. I was thinking,
Oh my
I
gosh,
mean,
we're gonna be losing everybody, right?
oh well. But Ryan Reynolds one that's married to Frank Tyler. That's oh god. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, let's get off subject. But no, it just people were just bringing these wild trades. Like my goodness, it's just like
I've seen some pretty, yeah, I have definitely seen some that it's like there's just no way. Now, there's some that are more reasonable, but I don't know. Like to me, there's I will agree. People say, well, no prospect is untouchable, and while that is true, if I can only choose three that are untouchable to me, or at least most untouchable, Owen White is number one, and well,
David
I
Carter.
say that not necessarily in order. Evan Carter, Owen White, and Brock Porter.
Yep,
Those are my three.
that's my three too.
Yeah. So
I don't mean copying off Louis, but that's my three also.
great minds think
Now
alike. That's why we're on this
that's
podcast
scary.
together.
That is so scary.
But so we thought what we would do is come up with our own trade offers for the Pittsburgh Pirates outfielder Bryan Reynolds. Now, Jeff, before we actually started recording, you had asked if if I thought Bryan Reynolds was basically worth trading for, could get us to the World Series. Well,
Right.
I mean, him alone, no. And things will have to go pretty
Perfectly.
much as right as they can as far as health goes. That's everybody knows that. So without harping on that too much, assuming health for everybody, I, yeah, I think he could. He would definitely help the lineup for sure. Um, absolutely. Um, World Series, I don't know. But it would be fun to find out.
Well, remember when the Rangers got Corey Lee, Cliff Lee?
Yeah,
Everybody knew. I mean, we were what 8 games? Was it Cliff Lee that we were 8 games behind and caught up, or was it Cole Hamels that was we were 8 games behind and caught up? I think it's Cliff
do,
Lee.
do not put me on the spot like that,
I
Jeff.
think it was Cliff Lee that they said that we can catch him. And look, I mean, look what happened.
Yeah.
We caught everybody, and then went to the World Series, and unfortunately lost to the Giants.
But see, the thing too, though, is like because a lot of fans are saying, which I can see both sides. I'm typically someone that's kind of in the middle of things. Where I can see your side, I can see your side. So I'm kind of in the middle a lot of times. So, but it's rare that you get prospects that make it to the majors and have a successful career, right? Even with the reduction of minor league teams, it's still, I haven't really seen any recent numbers on it, so I'm probably just making this up as I'm talking, but it's still going to be more rare of a player making it. than
Well, Bryce
or not making
Harper,
it than actually making it. You know what I mean?
well,
So,
Bryce Harper was a guaranteed prospect to make it into major leagues when he came out. But you remember
but
Strasburg was going to be guaranteed. He's just washed up now. So
well now, but I mean he got a World Series though.
yeah, that he did.
So I
That's
mean
what we want.
that's exactly so anything could have. Hey, if we can get a World Series, the rest I don't really care what happens after that.
Right, right. I agree.
Uh, ultimately, yes, I think it would be worth trading for Bryan Reynolds. So to answer the question, yes, I think the Rangers should trade for him. Now it does have to be for the right package, and that's kind of what we were wanting to do. So Jeff, start off with your um, trade, what you would offer the Pirates if you have it.
Well, let me see. You think the captain will probably be traded? I mean, you can't find a good horse like him. I mean, I can. I mean, you can't find a better mascot than the captain. So that'll be option. That would be an option. You never
Hopefully,
know.
maybe. Hey,
He's got that big old lake out there. He can catch a fish. I mean, you know how he does with the little fishing rods and behind somebody. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, mine is you have a choice between Otto or Dunning. That's your choice, whichever. Duran, Smith, and Leiter. And that was my option. And you did all that fancy calculating stuff, and we were overvalued over Reynolds
yeah, I don't
by a
know
few
if
numbers.
if I calculated yours. I did mine. I think yours was going to be slightly above mine, um, but not by much. I, I
Because you're not giving up. Wait, okay, you're giving up two starting pitchers and
but
Duran and Smith and Leiter.
right, but then who's going to be your utility player if you give up Duran and Smith? So that was
Mm,
the only thing. So let me go ahead and go over my offer, and then we can, I guess, discuss it further and see, if you think I'm an idiot or not. So I've got Dunning, Duran, Leiter, and Foscue. Uh, definitely hurts parting with Leiter. Not gonna lie. Definitely thought of it. Makes me want to cry a little. I won't cry, but it
no,
does.
you don't. Just
But I
think of
mean,
Brock Porter coming
but
up.
but I mean, between the top few pitchers, it's tough. But I mean, you're gonna have to let one of them go to get a player like Bryan Reynolds. And I'm not saying he's a superstar, um, but he
He's
could
not
definitely
Juan
help the lineup, especially in the early part of the season. Right? You do want to win the early games. You don't want to get too much in a hole to where you got to make up games.
hmm
We can get the early games, he'll help. Prospects, until they're in the major leagues, proving themselves are just that, are prospects. I tend to be one that probably overvalues our guys a little bit because I just love our farm system, especially now in the recent years. We've done a excellent job as far as creating the depth, and that's kind of, I mean, that's why I feel comfortable dealing Ladder and Foskey. I don't really consider Duran uh, a prospect myself because he's not really ranked anymore since uh, making the majors last year. So that's where I was
So,
at. Dunning,
so you're
Duran,
giving up
Ladder, and Foskey.
you're giving up the second rank or second number two prospect, and you're giving up the number five prospect. With the
If,
Soto trade,
if
didn't they give away? Didn't they get four of the top six or four of the top 10 on the Soto trade?
Don't get me to lying to you.
I
I,
can't
I think
remember,
it
but
was
that was
something like that, and then that's why people
something
are saying, oh,
outrageous.
they want a Soto trade, and I will
No.
say if this deal right here, Dunning, Duran, Leiter, and Foscue, at least in my opinion, if that's not good enough, I walk away. Until the
I'll hang up the phone.
Pirates
Yeah.
call me back, I walk away. That's my best offer. So whether they accept or not, is a different question. I mean, they don't have to get rid of him. He's got 3 years, which
Mhm.
is another reason why. Hey, 3 years is a lot of control. It's not 1 year. It's not a rental. It's not 2 years. It's 3 years. So yeah, I mean, with us having the fourth overall pick, I'm comfortable, giving away one of our top pitchers.
Well, we got rid of Joey Gallo with 2 years of control because this is his last year under arbitration, which he got $11 million. So that's a pretty good get for Minnesota to pay Correa that outrageous money and then pay um, Joey Gallo 11 million. That's pretty good. I mean, that's the money they spending this year. But you got free agents out there. You got Garrison Profar. You got David Perato. I mean, you got some free agents out there that can possibly play left field if you're
Yeah,
looking for somebody off the
I
street.
don't know. I think the
Nobody.
problem there though is yeah, at that point, I think I'd rather
Play our
play
prospect.
play the guys we've got,
But then,
you know.
right, I agree 100%.
So to me, it's like it's either stick with what you have. Well, let me say this the other way around. It's either trade for Reynolds or stick with what you have. Because I believe, again, this is something I probably should have looked at, but I know, this one we weren't really planning on recording until today, basically. As far as about Bryan Reynolds. So yeah, unfortunately, just didn't get all my ducks in a row for this one, but
You're okay. You're
but
doing good.
I'll say though that yeah. So next time I will be better
Well,
prepared for that.
NLB Network had Pittsburgh wanting Leiter, White, Porter for Reynolds. And the calculator, that little fancy thing. But here's what the Rangers was going to turn around and offer: Leiter, Porter, Tavares, and White. That value is 62.90, and Reynolds is 64.20. No, no way on God's green earth I'm giving up three pitchers. Ain't happening. Nope. Because
Yeah.
that's your future. That's your future. That could be your 1, 2, and 3 after Degrom. I mean, well,
Oh, you're
Degrom would
definitely
be
not getting those. Yeah,
no,
that's not happening.
no,
No,
that
not
ain't
no,
happening.
no, no, no. Yeah,
If
that's
Chris Young goes for that, he needs to find him. I mean, I'm sorry, but he's done a great job. But
oh
no,
that yeah, that would call for an immediate firing at that point.
yes, and then some.
You're not getting all three of those. The Pirates, of
No,
course, want them, but yeah, they're not going to get all three of those guys. Definitely not. You're going to have to settle for one of those three. My preference would be for it to be lighter.
yeah,
Um, just because White, I'm really high on White. A lot of publications have him as being the number one prospect right now. I know, obviously there was the chunk of time that he missed, last season uh, from injury, but yeah, I don't. I'm not getting rid of White. Uh,
nope. And I'm not getting
Porter
rid of a
Porter just
19
has
year
too
old.
much
No.
upside as well. I know
Mm-mm.
that someone, I think on, it may have been YouTube actually, was commenting that they would rather get rid of Porter, a kid that throws high heat that young, and throws gas. I don't know. I'm not ready to. We
No.
hadn't even seen him pitch yet. In affiliated ball with us yet. So I'm keeping Porter for now, at least. So that's kind of why and I'm still high on Leiter. I'm not. saying that, he's no good, that we should just give him up. I mean, obviously I am kind of here because we'd be getting Bryan Reynolds, but
Let me ask you this: do you think it was a mistake starting him off at Frisco? Did you think he should start at Hickory, at
no.
High A? Oh, so you're saying that was a good idea to bring to
Yeah, I
move
mean,
to
I
Frisco?
think it was well, I don't know. I'm not. I can't really. I mean, hindsight being 2020, maybe you know, maybe you do that, but I can understand too, though, where the Rangers were at in just wanting to push him, and you know,
But why put somebody at Double A when I mean I know it's a big difference between High A and Double A, but let him go to High A, at least get a couple outings, get his feet wet, and then bring him down to Frisco because he I think the pressure got him early with being John Leiter, I mean Jack Leiter and all this, and so I just think the pressure of him being at Frisco, I think if he would have been in Hickory, I think that would have helped him get his feet wet, and then when he came down to
well,
Frisco,
yeah, that's possible. Again, hindsight being 2020, maybe, but I don't know. The Rangers wanted to give him a
get his
challenge. I
feet wet.
think they did that. There were some times of brilliance, that, I mean, we all saw. There also were times where there was just no command. With the with his dad obviously being Al Leiter, and having a good career.
Oh, did you know his son got his Leiter's brother got released today by the Twins? But no, I think it's by Toronto.
I
Um,
didn't know he Leiter.
yep,
Leiters.
Mark Leiter Jr.
Really?
or Al Leiter Jr. Yeah, his Leiter's brother got released today by some our designated for assignment
Okay.
today.
Yeah, didn't know
So
that. But I mean, with his dad, being, and him just being as competitive as he is, and if he's not traded the new pitching coach, I'm just curious to see how. Yeah, I really think that he can have a bounce back year. Um, my opinion, just based on what I've seen. I mean, he's got stuff. We all
oh
saw
yeah,
that. It's just
he's
a
got that.
matter of
He got
of consistency, really. But yeah, that's the trick. Now, I did grade it in that calculator. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. I don't really know how accurate the calculator is. I know all fans gravitate towards it. That's what you see. But the trade, with the Pirates getting again Dunning, Duran, Foscue, and Leiter, that has a value of 65.30. Rangers getting Reynolds would be 64.20. So it's like
right on the
basically a point. Yeah, a point higher. So I don't know. But even without the calculator, I think that's a fair trade. For both sides. Pirates know that Reynolds doesn't want to be there. They're not going to extend him. They don't really offer huge contracts there. That 5 year, $75 million deal, that wasn't going to get it done with
that's
him.
insulting. That
They
was
they
insulting.
they knew that. So I can't really say I blame it for asking for a trade at that point. Um, you know, but I think it's a fair trade, and it's as good as you're going to get, in my opinion.
Well, I saw today that they signed McCutcheons today, so
They did
on 1 year
re-sign him.
contract.
Yeah,
So that
absolutely.
there's some tickets that can be
Which,
sold.
and that's another too that was Ranger fans wanted the Rangers to consider kicking the tires on him as well, as a stopgap for Zavala and possibly even Carter. Um, So that just takes another option off the market. So it's just one of those things. I guess we'll we'll see, but let us know, you know, what you guys would do. Would you trade for Bryan Reynolds? Um, Stay pat, let the young guys play, see what they can do. Again, personally, I think having Reynolds in the lineup gives you, more of an opportunity to win games earlier in the season, and then you're still going to have enough prospects to pull off a trade, the trade deadline to improve the team even further. You know, at that point as well, in my opinion. So let us know,
Well,
Jeff. Any final thoughts?
yeah, I don't know if you saw this, but MLB has Josh Young at 3% winning Rookie of the Year. Some guys named third baseman for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson, at 73%, and that pitcher from Houston at 9%, Hunter Brown. That's kind of low for Hunter Brown. I was thinking he'll be higher than 9%.
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, the games have to be played,
Yeah, but
you know,
I never heard this
all these,
Gunner guy.
yeah. I've heard the name, but I hadn't really, the Rangers farm is the one I pay most attention to.
I hear
But
you.
I've definitely heard the name, but I had no idea that they put out percentages like that. But yeah, games still have to be played. I think Josh will have a good chance of getting it. He can put up 25 home runs, and hopefully not strike out as much. Um,
Was his job
just
to
keep,
lose coming out
yeah,
of training
well,
camp.
that too, absolutely. Yeah, and I don't think he will. I really don't. Um, don't really think anybody, works as hard as he does at baseball. So, um, Jeff, tell people where they can find you on
Well,
Twitter.
you can find me on Twitter at Jeff Hewitt, Aggie Milkman 17. I do refollow. Right now, I didn't get any follows from the last time we did a podcast. So what's up with that?
Well, people are missing out. They don't know. They don't know, but they'll find out soon enough. So y'all be sure to give Jeff a follow, and he'll follow you back. You can always follow the Prospect Times. We're on Twitter, really on pretty much any social media platform, but on Twitter, it's at Prospect Times. So give us a follow, and sometimes we sporadically follow people back as well. So
I wouldn't
you
go
might.
that far. I mean, I think we do it all the time.
Well, yeah, we do. We do it more often than others do. That's for sure.
Well, we need 28 more to hit 6,000.
We're almost there. I honestly, when this started back in 2019, had no idea, no thoughts of really ever hitting 6,000. That is absolutely ridiculous in a good way. So thank everybody. We appreciate it. Um, Again, give us a like, give us a comment, hit the subscribe button, help us get to 1,000 followers. All right.
Sounds good to me.
Until next time, keep swinging for the fences.
Bye.